Broham the Wise here, / Jeff. And today I decided to do a top 5 countdown. My top 5 countdown for today is my favorite movies. Wow, okay. You know my voice could do that. This is my favorite movies, not best movies. Keep that in mind, because most of the movies I picked probably aren't considered works of art. Anyway, needless to say, this was a very hard list for me to narrow down. I had to do a big internal search to figure out what my favorite movies were. Lasted about 10 minutes. Very epic. The honorable mention for this list is Ghostbusters, because I love Ghostbusters, but just not as much as the other movies on this list. Alright, let's get this started. Number 5 on my list is...
The Digivolution is up and running. Did you see, did you hear, did you know it was coming? A Digi-Destiny starts today. Let me hear you say... Digimon, go Masters, Digimon, gotta champions. Digimon, go Masters, Digimon, gotta champions.
So, seeing as Digimon was my favorite TV show, it shouldn't be that much of a surprise that the movie was on this list. The movie just captured a lot of what made the show great, and it has probably the best scene in Digimon history. Here, let me show you what the scene is so you can understand what I'm talking about.
Part War Greymon! Part Metal Garurumon! They digivolve together to become...
Omnimon!
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty cool. Now, I was a kid, you're either a Digimon fan or a Pokemon fan. It's kind of hard to be both, otherwise we were singled out in school and butchered. But for Pokemon fans, the big moment was in the movie when Mewtwo fought Mew, and it was all epic and craziness was going down. But in Digimon, it was this. It was when Omnimon came out of nowhere and just, saved the day. It was awesome. So, and to this day, that scene still gives me chills. Number 4 on my list is... Alien's just a classic, and I can watch it over and over and over again, and I enjoy it just as much each time. By today's standards, it's not that scary of a movie, but I can understand that it was very scary back in the day. And in all honesty, the chest burster scene, well... Yeah, I watched that the other night, and I actually had a hard time going to sleep. Just because the thought of something from inside you coming up and killing you. Kind of scary. Kind of a scary idea. But yeah, I love Alien. Alien for me has never gotten old, and I can just watch it over and over and over again. Number 3 on this list is... I'm assuming most of you have not seen Princess Mononoke. The first time I watched Princess Mononoke was when I was in grade 5, so probably around 11. For an 11-year-old, that movie packs quite a punch. Most of the themes and like messages in that movie went right over my head when I was a kid. It's a very strong movie though. Like, watching it recently, like, you just look at it and there's so many adult themes to wrestle with. Like, there's environmentalism versus industrialization. There's like religion versus non-religion. It's fantastic. It's so good, and you find yourself rooting for the main character every step of the way. And as a kid, this was actually the first movie I saw where I honestly hoped that the guy and the girl would get together in the end. And I was 11, so I was still all kind of like my cootie face. Like, cootie face kind of lasted a bit longer than others. Kind of explains a lot. Number 2 on this list is Hot Shots Part 2. Part 2? Hot Shots Part 2. Part 2? Hot Shots Part 2. I know that it's in French, but I can't say it worth crap. The maker of Hot Shots also directed Airplane. Airplane was one of the first great spoof movies. The problem was, though, with those spoof movies back then, if you saw one, you kind of saw all of them. The first one I saw was Hot Shots Part 2. Yeah, it was, for me, that movie was just so funny. So funny. The great thing about Hot Shots is that it took elements from the movie that was spoofing and showed why those elements were stupid. Spoof movies don't do those these days. They take elements from like movies they're spoofing and they force them to be stupid, and it just makes them look stupid. Don't get me wrong, Hot Shots is a very dumb movie, but it's also very, very funny and very intelligently written. Still dumb, but intelligently written. Okay, number 1 on this list. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a bizarre choice. I don't know what you guys are going to think, but let's find out. Zombieland, for me, is just, it's the perfect movie. It's funny, it's got good action, I really care about the characters, I actually found the love story to be somewhat enticing. It scared the crap out of me when that clown was underneath the stall. Like, I yelled Jesus Christ in the theater really loud. I know there are better movies out there than Zombieland, but Zombieland is my favorite because it takes all these different elements and it combines them. And they all flow together so perfectly. Like, me personally, I can't find anything wrong with Zombieland. I can't find anything about the movie I don't like. Plus, like, the other thing about that movie is it had, like, for the first time in a long time, the climax actually had me really worried about the characters. Because I honestly thought that some of them weren't going to make it out of it. Like, I thought someone was going to die for sure. Looking back on it, it's kind of foolish to think that, but Zombieland had me so enthralled with the plot and with the characters that I was so into it. I felt like I was there in the movie. I absolutely love Zombieland. It is timeless, priceless. I could watch it forever. That's why it's my number 1 favorite movie. So that's my top 5 favorite movie list. If you want to reply, leave your top 5 favorite movie list down here, or, do a video reply. Alrighty, that's all from me today. So Broham the Wise / Jeff out.